Hi, everybody, my pickles, my snowflakes, my turtles, my no matter what club members, and my favorite, of course, my Goldilocks. I'm so glad you're here. This is going to be a typical video where a lot of people have their little cuppas, and a cuppa is a cup of coffee, and they kind of set their head in motion for the day. Others are on the rebounder, and which is something I was totally enjoying until I had my little fall. But so we kind of organize our day. It's a lot of talk about nothing, but it's kind of checking in with your gal pal, Sarah. And that's how I feel with all of you, that we're just kind of checking in and doing the do. We are in May, and there are some states that are more open than others. This happens to be one of those lockdown tight ones. If their mission was to do that to us, then it's been a success. So, which is fine with me. I like having company of everybody else having to be home along with me. I don't have my MRI results yet. I took a spill 5 or 6 weeks ago as I was crawling into the tub to go to work at the police department. And that's all she wrote. But I stayed strict, I stayed carnivore. And then 2 weeks ago, I had this hankering to be a little more carnivish and get some baby butter lettuce. Not a whole bunch, but just some. And so a couple of times a week, I've been having a baby butter lettuce. We're talking, I think it's 25 grams today. A salad with 30 grams of Friendship 4% cottage cheese. That's the high fat. Today, I'm going to add a little avocado to it. I also made some bacon, so I'll be adding some bacon to it. And drizzling wonderful macadamia nut oil on it. And then I'm also having an air-fried chicken breast. Don't ask me what my palate is saying to me. Clearly, there's things going on. So it's all good. I'm kind of enjoying. Oh, and 3 quail eggs. When Greg went to the butchery for me on Friday, he brought home an 18-pack of quail eggs. And he had 4 last night. He said they taste like chicken eggs. So I'll be having 3 of those too. So I'm having this kind of like pretty ornamental salad over here. And then the chicken breast, which is mostly protein and not a lot of fat, over here. But I'll make up for it with the bacon and the macadamia nut oil and the cottage cheese and the blah blah. So to me, it's kind of exciting. Yes, it's carnivish. I don't know what to tell you. Other people have, made little changes, except when you have your own YouTube channel, you're a little bit more visible and transparent with what you do. So if you people are strict carnivores and my having 20 grams of a lettuce is just too much for you, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't head out to be that way beginning last week. It just happened and it felt good, and I guess I'm enjoying it in that real small amount. So that's the update from here. I have been using my chronometer again, just for giggles, to see what I'm having. And, it is what it is. I never thought I'd have a chicken breast again. I never thought I'd have a gram of lettuce again, but it seems to be okay with me for now. I'm not handing over my carnivore card because, like yesterday, I had just sirloin strip steak, a lot of it, and that was okay too. So anyway, on the excitement front, I know, you thought I had no more excitement left in me. Well, if you get Starz channel, I don't know if you've come across Hightown. And Hightown began, I guess, a week or so ago. And it's based out of Provincetown, which, if you look at Cape Cod, you know, I'm here in Hyannis, and then way up here is Provincetown. And Provincetown has always been known for being different, a little perverted, a little out there, anything goes. And it's always been a nice haven for non-straight people to go and just be accepted for who they are. It's an anything goes kind of town. And so this series, Hightown, is very salty. I have to warn you, very salty, visually as well as verbally, and a lot goes on. But if you're up for that and you really want to see what Provincetown is like in the summer, then I highly recommend it if you've never been. It is a crazy, well, it's a crazy town, but then they have all different things. They have Bear Weekend, which is men that are big and burly with lots of facial hair and body hair, because they tend to show a lot. And they have Miss Provincetown contest, which is for Miss Provincetown, who's not really a mister underneath it all. And they also have Carnival Week, and this is based on Carnival Week. And the lead character has a very severe drinking problem that she prefers being in denial about. Not like any of us with our carb and sugar addiction. We don't prefer denial, right? And so anyway, she gets in an awful lot of trouble. She picks up women in bars. They talk about a tea dance. Well, TEA. A tea dance is an afternoon dance with the heavy sort of bouncing kind of music that you just get drunk and you do drugs in the bathroom, and it just goes on. And then you just carry yourself into the later part of the day. I am familiar with all of them. Whoever did their research either lived there for a long time or, just is part of it, is a visitor and knows exactly what goes on. They didn't miss a thing. And as far as the accents go, I think you'll find a lot of them talk like this. Yes, they do. And so one of the cops, one of her friends on the police force, a woman, says, "You behave yourself during Carnival weekend." And she assured her she would, but she didn't. Not only did she not, but she picked up another woman. They got in a car accident. The other woman was injured, and she ended up going off to rehab in Yarmouth. Now, Yarmouth, that's where I had my motorized cart episode. Supposedly, there's a detox in Yarmouth that they sent her to, but there isn't really one there. But the director of the program at this fictional rehab, she should be a coach for food addiction as well, because she just like, no prisoners, not playing. You can stay, you can go. This is what it is. This is what we offer. Stay or go. And then they showed some AA meetings too, where people were getting their chips. Anyway, if you get Starz and you don't mind a little saltiness in your visual and verbal shows, it's quite fascinating, and it really, really portrays what Provincetown is all about, which is where lots of us always head for, because it's so different. And it used to be totally non-kid friendly, but they've cleaned it up a lot over the years. And that was, as a little aside, personally, that's where Greg and I went for our first date. And I always had a ritual when I went there with my girlfriend, and we would do exactly the same thing every time we went. Because if you go, once a year, maybe twice a year, to have a little ritual is no big deal. Like when you guys go on vacation and you go to a place you're familiar with, You have to get your coffee at a certain place. You want to stay in a certain place. You have your favorite restaurant, your favorite meal there, and it's all that same sort of thing. And so my bestie, we were heading down. I have a Jeep Wrangler, and the two of us plus two other gal pals were heading down to do one of our typical rituals. Now we're talking 14, 15 years ago. And the backseat two bowed out. It was supposed to be a little chilly and misty. And then my bestie bowed out. So at that point, it was funny because Greg came to my house to give me an estimate on air conditioning because he does heating and air conditioning. And he said, well, how about if I take you to P-Town and we do everything you were going to do with your friends? Well, heart be still, and we've been together ever since, and that was fun. And every single ritual that I had there, and yes, of course, most of them involve food. What else? I mean, I was a sober person when he brought me down there, and so it's not like we went bar hopping and doing, crazy things. It was all about some item of food from this place, some item of food from that place, and then it was like all the way down the main street, right? And that's what I always did with my girlfriends, and that's what I did with him. And so that was a long time ago, and those foods were a long time ago. I don't think there's one food that I had that would be allowed on a even keto food plan. What do you know? A card-carrying, sugar, carb, food addict. So it's been a long time, and so now here we are today, and I'm in this carnivish. Well, it's a carnivish day. I guess it goes day by day, right? Because yesterday was totally carnivore, and today will be kind of carnivish. My carbs are 5 total. I never played net carbs, just like I never drank artificial sodas. There's just a couple of things about me where it's like, nope, not doing that. So I always did the total carbs, and I'm at 5 total today. That includes my Keto in my coffee, which doesn't have any carbs. I don't think, like less than 1. And then the avocado, that's, the heavy hitter, of course. And so, but I'm having small amounts, little bits of lettuce, little bits of avocado. And so that's how I get to the 5 with the quail eggs and the chicken with the skin on it. And if there's any chicken left, which there should be because they seem like kind of big breasts, then I will save the white meat and make like the same thing that I'm having today, except without the skin and in a salad. So that's just my fun lined up. So I just wanted to share that little ditty with you. And so if you get to see Hightown, let me know how you like it. Of course, I'm partial to it because it's, about where I live and where I spent many years. And I did bartend down there in P-Town. 1 year was my last year of drinking, and then my first year of sobriety. And I'll tell you, after my first year of sobriety, it wasn't as much fun. That's how those places go. So that's why once a year is a big enough dose of Provincetown, also known as P-Town. So anyway, that's it. Today's Carnivish, 5 total carbs in my day. And I will see you the next time. Enjoy your May. May is always such a lovely month. I will talk to you later. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. What you got going today for your food? Are you carnivish, carnivore, keto, keto-ish, keto carnivore, or just plain you eat what you eat and you don't pay attention to a lot of the stuff? There's no sugars, there's no grains, and that's good enough. I will see you the next time here on Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Thank you so much for being here. I can't do it without you, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Bye-bye for now.